I am so humbled to be here with you all this morning. I was speaking to Chief. He's like my right-hand man at work, whatever I want to do when it comes to socials. And so I was discussing with him, I'll be 2 years on radio just this month. What can we do? And so he brought this up, qualified it, actually polished it up, and then we're having the Queen Classic Forum with you students of Witten Senior High School today, the 13th of November 2021. I am so glad that you left all that you have to do during this period to be here. But of course, it is not wasted, as it is worth it to be here to gain some more education on HIV/AIDS. I told you earlier, amongst your age group, the new infections is on the rise, and we are worried. It means that a lot more young people of your age are engaging into sex. Are you doing it responsibly? That is the question. And so this morning, we'll be joined by very prominent people in the industry, the finest people you can find in Northern Region as our resource persons, and I'm so glad and humbled to have them here to speak on the matters with you. I believe in the catch them young syndrome because you are transitioning into the universities, into adulthood. And so if we're able to start with you, to start making these necessary corrections going forward, I know this would impact and would gradually reduce the infections and all the irresponsible characters and social vices we're having. And so on this note, I want to hand it back to the moderator for the program. And once again, thank you so much for your time. I hope at the end of this forum, you will be touched. You will be able to go out there and spread the information of what you have gained here as well. I am Queen Classy, and I'm thankful.
We can impart what we have gone through onto the younger ones so that they can also be motivated and do better when they have the opportunity. See, you know, you can use radio for many things. And what we believe is that we should use radio to transform. Some use radio for the pleasure of it. Some say it's a hobby. Some of us, to us, it's a profession. We want to do it and die in it because we feel that it's a tool for transformation and we should use it to transform our communities and wherever we are. So she's putting this together just as that some of you may want to become journalists in the future. Some of you would want to become engineers in the future. Some of you would want to become doctors, nurses, teachers in the future. But let me acknowledge that being a teacher is the best thing that you can ever be. Without a teacher, you will not be here. Without a teacher, I wouldn't be saying what I'm saying. For anything, honor your teacher first. And the teachers are the most greatest of all professions that you can find. Let me tell you, if you don't respect your teacher, then you should not be respected when you are anybody. That's why if the president should meet his teacher now, today, he's the #1 gentleman. He will bow down before his teacher. Once a teacher, no matter how old you are, is a teacher. So we want to encourage you to respect and honor your teachers at all levels. If one day you grow to become a wealthy person, you see your teacher struggling, make sure that you change the life of your teacher. Because we are told that their reward is in heaven. But it shouldn't be. So it is now time for us to introduce our resource persons so that you know who and who are here and who will be talking to you, the guests that are here. But from my extreme right is Dr. Sedi Fita, is a doctor of medical laboratory.
You have now acquired other infections, and therefore you are now deficient in terms of immunity, and you are now at a stage that any other infections can pass through your body. At this stage, you can be suffering with malaria very easily, gonorrhea, TB, so many other infections can now pass through your body system because your immunity is compromised. At that stage, we can say that you are hurt. You are, or the person is now having AIDS. So one thing leads to another. When you get HIV, then, and you don't work on your body, you don't work on it, then you can graduate to what? The AIDS stage. So that is the difference between HIV and AIDS. So today, if I'm sitting here and I'm infected with HIV, please don't call me that I am an AIDS patient. I am not. I'm only infected with HIV. It is only when I am bedridden, I am now at a state that any other infection can pass through your body my body that you can say I am infected or I'm suffering with what? The AIDS. So you have to know when to use HIV and when to use AIDS. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nu. Let's hear from Dr. Educative.
I am pulling my nose mask down because I want us to see each other in town and be able to identify ourselves very well. I want us to give our attention to this topic because I personally took up the challenge to participate in this program because of my practical experience or what I have seen in the hospital. A lot of you will bear with me that 3 years ago, we started screening senior high school students under the fee-free program implemented by the government. And the problem with health is that when we screen and we find a case, especially in the blood of a patient, it is not our responsibility to report it to you. Unless, of course, you bring yourself for screening, then we can cancel you, run tests on you before we put the results before you. And it means that it is a law, but it is very dangerous for us. But that is the law. Even, for example, if Mr. Ibrahim is married to my bloody sister, they come to the hospital and I test and see HIV is in Mr. Ibrahim, I cannot tell my sister. Despite knowing that he can transmit it into my sister and she may die, I don't have the right to do that. Else, I may be jailed and my certificates will be confiscated from me. But where lies the danger? We have gone to schools, we have met students, and in so many cases, out of 10 people, you see 3 positive cases of HIV in even students. That is why I have taken the challenge to participate in this program and be very blunt with you and encourage you to go in for testing. My big brother has gone into the theoretical aspect of it. And he has gone so deep to an extent that if I want to go his way, I may be wasting your time. He mentioned about immunity. Your immune system is your strongest soldiers in your system. And that is why sometimes you can fall sick, for example, headache. You don't take any medication. You sleep and wake up and it will vanish. It is because at the time you were sleeping, your immune system was working in fighting the sickness away. But when you get HIV, it will completely compromise your soldiers, which we call the immune system, and any infections or virus that comes through the air will get into your system. That is why a person who is tested positive for HIV sometimes develops complications for other conditions, including tuberculosis. And when you get tuberculosis, one, your family will stigmatize you, because if they don't, you infect them because it is an airborne condition. Now, 3 years ago, we screened students, and we realized that out of them, 10, between the ages of 16 to 18, were having HIV and hepatitis B. Okay? These were students between the ages of 16 to 18 years. And the danger is that we suspected that each one of these ladies would have had multiple partners in guys. And these guys will have multiple partners in female. So you see the mode of transmission. Before the end of the year, how many students are going to be infected in this school? That is the danger. And the reason why HIV is a killer is because of ignorance. If you don't know your status, then you won't be able to manage yourself to survive it. And you'll be transmitting it into innocent people And a lot of people or young people are going to be dying every day. And how many of you here have taken the courage to go and test, to know your status and encourage your colleagues to go and test? The other problem is that when we test this way, if you have your teachers here, I'm sorry to say, we can't trust your teachers and present your results to them. That is the code and ethics of our profession. We can't even trust your parents to give them your results. That is the barrier in our profession. But you are carrying the virus. So if you don't come back to us, asking to know your status and wanting to screen, we can't show you your results. And before you realize, you might have transmitted into more than 10 people. They also go and transmit into another group of people. Northern region is recorded the lowest number in HIV transmission. And Eastern region is the highest. But it doesn't mean that because Northern region is, showing lowest in numbers, we have lower in numbers. No. Because we get our numbers from those who come to test. And so if much testing is not done here, the figures we are throwing to you may not be accurate. When you go to the Eastern region, I am sure more people go in for counseling, testing, and go further to take their medication than Northern region. And this is the first step, I think, which will encourage you people to bring yourself forward. Get counseled, get tested. If you are positive, it doesn't mean you are going to die the next day. There are a lot of people we live with, and those people are living with HIV, but they are very productive to our economy and our lives. Some will say that you may not be carrying it, you just go to the hospital and they will tell you you have it. Whether you test or not, if you have it, you have HIV. So it is just better. You come and test, you know your status, you start taking your treatment, and you'll be fine. But if you don't test, I can tell you, we are going to be spreading this condition to innocent people, and it will shake our economy, and a lot of people will be dying. And I'm not sure there's anyone here who loves so much to die early than the other person. Who loves to die? There's nobody here. So if you don't want to die early, it's important you present yourself to the health professionals to do testing, counsel you, and give you your medication. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc and Mr. Nu. Let's move forward.
You don't know, right? And what you don't know, you are sharing it. So peer influence is just a composition of you, what you have, and you are dividing it accordingly, and it goes the other way. So as a young person, if I would want to influence my peers, the question you ask yourself is, what am I going to influence them with? If I walk into the class now and I ask, who is the most intelligent student? Everybody will want to show me somebody, right? If I say, who can fool power? You can show, in fact, I will even finish. And if I say, who can fool? I will even get the power. You quickly point to me. Why? Because negative spread what? Faster. Peer influence has become one of the biggest challenges for young people. And as young people, we don't even see its impact on our lives. Even worse, now we are talking about having rights. And we forget that there's something called responsibilities. You want to be an adult. When you are in P6, the way you are learning your books now, is that the same way you were learning in P6? Because as you're growing older, your demands are what? Are more. So if the influences around you does not build your sense of responsibility, what do you think will happen to your future? I can't hear you. If the friends you have don't influence you positively, what do you think will happen? You diminish. economics would say diminishing returns, right? Yeah, you start getting those things. And it is all because you do not, as young people, recognize the impact that you have on each other. When you are at this stage, sex is a sport, it's not love. Anybody that tells you that, tell that person I said they are lying. Because right now, if I ask you, why are you with your boyfriend? What are you going to tell me? Because I love you. Just a feeling. You think your mother married your father because of feelings? Just a feeling. Is it a feeling? Only the feeling? Hey. Which one is it, yes or no? Peer influence is a very big issue, and it stems, a lot of your influence on each other stems from ignorance. Ignorance of facts about life, ignorance of facts about your health, ignorance of facts about how important it is not to allow your future to be destroyed because of HIV. Ignorance. But as we are sitting here, if we should quiz you all the things Doc and Mr. Noor has said, I can bet my last cent you won't get 20 people who can quote them step by step. Because as they were speaking, your definition of this knowledge, you feel is irrelevant to your future. We just finished our breast cancer activity in Northeast. When we got to Northeast, we screened over 300 people. Out of the 300, the adults were not up to 100. The rest were SHS students. And all the breast cancer detections we were getting were from people between 15 to 19. You said, Jesus. There was one of them we had to sponsor for her to go to Bindi to have a self-screen and start some form of treatment because the breast was literally swollen and was just coming. You could see the skin was red and all that. And when I got there, do you know what we found out? That some of the girls soak their bra in water because somebody foolishly told them that when they soak the bra in water, the breast will become, and sleep with it till the next morning, the breast will be smaller. You see the impact of peer pressure. So apparently all the young girls there have been soaking their bra at night. How? How? I am serious. How? I mean, that even makes sense. So you see, ignorance is an unforgivable sin, especially when knowledge abounds. All of you have access to smartphones and all those things. But when you go online, do you check the health impacts? Think what can stop?
You see this thing that we are doing, yeah? You see WizChild right now? I'm doing it because I respected my teachers, you understand? So you guys have to take your teachers as your parents, you get it? When you're here, you have to take your teachers as your parents. I respected my teachers. It was my teacher who inspired me to do this music thing, you understand? So you don't have to, be respecting your teachers. I can see you guys are even holding phones. Our time, you can't even hold the phone, yeah? Yo, we have to jump, right? We have to jump, right? Yo, DJ Tiger, if you're ready, I am ready. I don't want
Let's go!
thought, oh, the military is what suits me, isn't it? Then again, I realized my dad loves music. Loves music. We love music as well. And I'm a musician. I had a voice too. I used to like rapping as well. Sure. Yeah. So, actually, my dad said no to that because I think he realized something that I didn't see at that time. So he said no, he won't allow me to become a musician. So I came to Tamale. I was alone. Imagine just a young girl of 18 years. You have to struggle on your own. Because all my life, I'd been with my dad and my sister. There was nothing like you living alone. So it was a challenge. I came to Tamale, not to say that it's not a well-organized place, but a lot of things for me was just too wrong, especially when it comes to our ladies and our women. A lot of things were lacking. One of the basics, courage, confidence, was to me at that time like 5% out of 100. And so when you have the courage to do even something little, they see it as huge. I was like, no, this should not be happening. So I was thinking to myself, what can I do as a person to help change this narrative? After all, I am a Northerner, isn't it? After all, I am a Northerner. It is so embarrassing sometimes and very annoying when people see you and they're like, so you're a Northerner. I'm like, how do Northerners look like? How do we look like? So in order to help change the narrative, I said, well, I have to have a voice, isn't it? I have to create a voice. And that is how I started the media. Actually, I started with MTV. It is one or two reasons. You know, we had to close that. But radio came in. And taking it up, radio journey was a different thing altogether. Because the radio was something I never thought I would do because I love screens, I love TV. Isn't it? Those of us who like to pose, say cheese to the camera, you know. So I love screens. Radio was not my imagination. But I had to do it because some people believed that I had radio voice and I could do this. I couldn't let them down. So just like Madam now was saying, find your support system. As an individual, I came here not knowing my way forward, but here I am. You should identify what you are. I like to talk a lot. It's like amongst my colleagues, my thinking abilities. I sound weird. You know, before I speak, I think of the negative, the positives, all the other ways before I speak. And so when I speak, I know what I'm talking about. I am not just talking. So you could just take that as part of your way of life. And please, you're transitioning into adulthood. I beg of you, the next time Queen Classy Brand may be bringing all these great people again, wouldn't want to be talking on some of these things. Would want to see some of you come back, even join the Queen Classy Brand and speak just as Dr. Seydou Fita is. Your environment doesn't matter. It is you that matters. You are paying fees, okay, free education, but you are paying something, isn't it? Please don't waste it. When I was in senior high school, some of other personalities did this education for us as well. They brought these forums to our doorstep. And that was one of the main reasons I thought I should also do. As it was impacted in me, I also impact onto others. And as I impact onto you, you go out there and impact onto others. If I do better than I am. I saw most of the time the ladies were more engaging than the men. Hey, my men, aren't you happy to see Dr. Seydou Fita? Aren't you happy to see Mr. Nuhu, Mr. Ibrahim, DJ Ifia, who has been nominated, recognized in the Ghana DJ Awards 2021? So it doesn't matter. Look at Esa Sandable. Hype Media GH. I see they call him a village boy. But look at him. Are you getting me? Look at Town Zapiero, DJ Zola. DJ Zola is here. Prince Barack is here. Bold kid, if you can please wait for me. You see that small? You see his smallish body over? Please wait for me, bold kid. Yes. He owns about 3. I can't even count. Companies and networks he's engaged in. So it doesn't matter. Believe in yourself, believe in what you do, and trust me, the sky is your limit. Thank you so much again. Earlier we had Mr. Rashid, CEO of Tuma Prestige, who helped us sponsor our t-shirts, some of our t-shirts, and also the banner beautiful at the back here. Yes, he helped us with it. All the promoters on social media, the media is Hassan Dable, Tajuddin, DJ Zola, WizChild, of course, for passing through. The teachers and administrators of Vitin Senior High, I cannot thank you enough. You've shown so much love to me and my brand. From day one, I stepped there wanting to have this activity here. And so I want to say thank you again to Vitin Senior High and to yourselves. Thank you so much. A round of applause for yourselves. You deserve it. You deserve it. But I want to use this opportunity to say that I am interested in creating a girls' club. So if you're a lady, some of you, after I left days ago, some of you were coming to me saying you wanted my contact and all of that to get engaged with me. I want to tell you that you can be who you are, yeah? So I want to create a girls' club. If you're interested, Mariam will be in charge of that. If you're interested, you can register your name with her. And then going forward, we'll see what we can also do. For the guys, you are not left out. We'll look for a project for you as well. But for now, I just want to start. I just want to start with the ladies because it is much easier that way. And then we can later on engage the guys as well. I would also want to thank Madam Nakwale. Thank you so much. She's done so much than what you're seeing. Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause for her. Madam Nakwale, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would also want to say thank you to Mr. Ibrahim Angba. Mr. Ibrahim Angamwene Al-Hassan. He is the chief news editor at Radio Tamale. I want to say thank you to him. Please, a round of applause for him. Thank you so much for accepting to be here today with us. Mr. Nuhu as well, thank you so much. He is the technical coordinator at the regional level for Ghana AIDS Commission. Mr. Nuhu, thank you so much also for coming to advise our younger brothers and sisters on what to do and protect themselves against HIV. The man who is the youth president, like we like to say, Dr. Seydou Fita. This man, it is God that will bless him. He's been a part and parcel of this whole organization, back and forth with him. But here it is today. But here we are today having the Queen Classy Forum with you. And so please, a round of applause for Dr. Seydou Fita. Thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you so much. And so like I said, the ladies, if you're interested in the girls' club, there are so many things you'll be doing, trust me. Just register your name with Mariam. There's the head girl, yes, Mariam. Yes, you register your name with her. Please, a round of applause. She's done so well, so well. That is the only name I can actually capture in my head. Mariam, thank you so much. And to all of you, I love you all. Don't be shy to speak out. Don't be shy to reach out to us. If you have issues, make sure you reach the appropriate headquarters, lay your complaints, and then you will be attended to. Thank you so much. Also, to DJ Efia, thank you so much for coming and doing the music for us. Thank you so much. Also, to the administration, like I said, thank you so much as well. To my friends, Asana and Mashura, also coming here. Thank you so much. All of you, I appreciate all of you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're done. Thank you so much. It was just for when we're in school, we had our past seniors or other personalities come to impact knowledge on us through these kinds of activities. So I thought it wise that, well, if I'm celebrating my second anniversary, whatever I can do to also give back, to impact my younger brothers and sisters. That is what I want to do. And so this forum came up where we even looked at the current issues as in the HIV/AIDS within the junior high, senior high school levels. The new infections is so on the rise. And so we thought it wise to come here and talk about it as well as mentorship, discipline in schools. You can bear with me that we're lacking so much discipline in our senior high schools, and we want to actually talk to them in order to check that indiscipline as well.
Okay, so what is next from here?
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot. For me, this is like, it's the very first time I'm organizing something like this on my own. So for me, haven't seen the ups and downs of this. Next time expect something even much bigger, because we are really looking at making it a yearly event, where every year we can visit at least a senior high school to have some of these talks depending on the social issues happening. So eventually it will become a yearly program that the Queen Classy brand will be organizing.
Okay. Briefly, can you tell us how you were able to, organize this? How you were able to get the resource personnel on board? I must say it wouldn't be easy.
Yes, it wasn't easy. You're right. It wasn't easy. You're right. When I thought about it, I said, well, who are the perfect people that I can bring on board to help as a support system? So I thought of Madam Nakwale, who has already who has already been supporting, especially female media personalities. I thought she was one of the persons I could call on to help on this organization as well as Dr. Seydou Fita, who also is all about youth empowerment and youth, being responsible in life. And so I thought he was also a best option for this. And also Mr. Nuhu, yes, Mr. Nuhu, actually from the Ghana AIDS Commission. He is the technical coordinator. He is also in a best position to talk on the HIV issues as well as Dr. Seydou Fita. So that was how all this came about. But Mr. Ibrahim as well made some contributions, and we sat and drew the whole plan together. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you too.
Okay, no. Okay, so you also talk about forming a club. I don't know. You tell us more about it. It's going to be gender bias, as some of the students were already, saying.
Yes. Actually, I'm a female. Yes, though I am not a feminist. No. But I think we have more females than male, right? And naturally, the men seem to know what they're about, unlike women. Lots of the girls can easily be manipulated. And so I thought that starting off with the girls, it won't entirely just be girls, but starting off with the women, with the ladies. That was why I thought about creating this girls club, which would be an avenue or a platform which young girls going through whatever situation or circumstance they find themselves will be able to reach out to somebody who will be able to at least direct them to the appropriate quarters or get them the kind of guidance and counseling they need. So it is all about the ladies for now, but it has nothing to do with gender bias or something. No, we eventually add the men, but for now just the ladies.
Okay, so what are your target students or target girls, if I may ask?
Oh, okay. Just girls in senior high schools, because they are transitioning into adulthood, let me say, and they'll soon be the future women, leaders of this nation as well. And so the more we're getting the women into doing empowerment issues and being good of being good conduct and being responsible, I think it would go a long way to develop the society.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you too. Yes, sir. Okay, so basically we're going to engage them in a lot of things where periodically we will be organizing leadership forum for them, psychological forum for them, career forum for them. So whatever that has to do with their personal development as well as fitting into society, that is what we're looking at bringing to their doorstep.
We are live with like high media. Though it was about last year, and a lot of people were here. I don't know what's your impression about it.
I said, thank you so much. First of all, when I came and then I saw a lot of people around, I was like, I have to also go back to my school and then do something for them. Because I feel like it's beautiful. Like, I move ahead and then try to share the experience and then help the upcoming ones. So this is amazing. And I'm so excited and happy to be glad for this initiative. Because even though she couldn't be yellow to but still, some people will still listen. You understand? We fall being in this stage. And then you know, sometimes when they come to tell you reasonable things, you'll be like, oh, they are just worrying us. But there are some people who still listen, and that it will still help them in their growth. This is the, like, not long from the middle parts are proven. So if I take good care of it, it will help you. So what triggered them, I had now finally, about life experience and other stuff. Those who listen, it will help them. Those who are not able to listen, and the woman Kalash was impacting Bamboo Woman. But you know, behavior, in the class, cut in the class. Or French, your whole life, you're capturing the class. And Obama, I work as I was in the class. Cut off a drainage. So at the end of the day, the point is so to be honest, I'm happy for this. Even though the killer person can HIV and other stuff, but still, like, but we have been drama. I was much focused on it.
Talking about HIV, they talk that they mentioned just part of the country, people don't really like to come out for tests.
Yeah.
So usually the number is low, not because we don't have them here, but because we don't want to come out.
Without confidence,
So what will you say as a public figure? What will you say in ordinance in relation to that?
To be honest, if I'm going to be honest, your viewers, my mom can't tell you to be honest, but especially here, it's very important. One thing I observe and learn, we are scared. So far, the British are no man, and then trust me, don't men if I'm married, to be most people here, we marry them well, but my mom, when we shall put no hell now, and it is dangerous. You understand?
Are you saying that the professionals would intentionally spread
individual himself?
You know what?
The individual himself. I let him be. We are so connected to each other. We are so connected because of the tradition and our religion. So many to my yel moser, so come born o kanata pa nyawla nyele. So yel moser man ma if care is not taken come on toti yelle. So the fear mbala, but they advise that the opportunity. So come trying to check. I don't know why. To be honest, I keep asking myself. I don't know why they want us to check. Is it that if any symptoms can try to check be at any time? I could have to check.
Yeah. So when the Yarshama, it means that time comes at least. I mean, I gaps here within some period of time that you are not trying to test because I meet to share my but status initially.
Yeah. So I'll advise people to go and check. I will definitely advise people to go and check.
So personally, will you check?
Okay, I COVID, but never chiblewa. But there's something here that definitely we are going to do. You know why? Because to involve it in being shama. I think China chef ya shamelong, shamel testing. You understand? So we are definitely going to do it. Personally, maybe your daughter say you go on to check it. Money.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Video guys, and do not forget to click on the red subscribe button and also on the bell notification icon for more updates. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Please share this video with your loved ones and friends. Thanks.